department across the country shares the same mission for the most part. And what that is to combat and extinguish fires for the most part. I think what's important to note that it's not just fires that we respond to. Every fire agency across the United States doesn't just respond to fires, but we're also first responder to medical emergencies, as well to hazardous materials incidents, vehicle accidents, rescues, and not just that, not just the emergency. A number of our responses involve individuals that just need help. That could be a public assist, somebody who's fallen out of bed. There's nobody else, there's no other agency that provides that service. They call 911 and we respond to assist them in any way that we can. A number of our calls also include just for peace of mind. We want to be notified. It's not uncommon for us to go to somebody's house for a simple public assist, and they're concerned about having bothered us, and they're apologetic, but it's always important that we always recognize and have the conversation with those residents that, you know, we want them to call us. We want them to call us early, because I would much rather go to a resident in our community and be able to prevent something from happening, be able to recognize that something possibly is in the early stage and we could prevent it from growing, whatever the nature be. But I mean, for the most part, I'd like to think that we're responding to our community's peace of mind, and that they call us early and they call us soon so that things don't worsen. I think a really another important part is that, you know, every public safety agency, that's their primary responsibility, is to provide for our community's peace of mind. Another program that the fire department provides for the city of Healdsburg is what we refer to as the weed abatement program. It falls under the responsibility of our fire prevention section and our fire marshal, Linda Collister. And we pride ourselves on having, I believe, one of the greatest weed abatement programs in Sonoma County. Our weed abatement program is simply a vegetation management program within the city of Healdsburg, where every year we go out, we inspect these properties, we ensure that if there are any vegetation, overgrowth of vegetation, debris, or waste, we provide notice to the property owner that they need to remove that within a period of time. And they're given a deadline every year. And if that deadline's not met, what we will do is we will actually have a contractor go onto that property, remove the vegetation or debris, and we will get a bill from that contractor, and we will charge that to the property owner. And if the property owner doesn't pay that fee, then we will actually put a lien on the property. What that does is by removing that vegetation and whatever waste or hazardous materials on these properties, is what that allows us to do is to ensure that if we do get a fire, we're going to be able to keep it small. We have just outside the city limits is Fitch Mountain, which is within the county, and it's challenging for the county to have a vegetation management plan on the county side of things. And also the terrain is extremely challenging. And so, it's a really good example where we have a huge threat just outside the city limits because of the dense vegetation and the number of homes that are built within that. But just outside the city limits, we have, the great benefit of having this program where the properties are, the clearance to flammable vegetation is managed annually, and also the continuity of fuels from property to property are also managed, so that in the event that there is a fire, it's not going to spread so quickly that we won't be able to at least have a good chance to extinguish the fire at the incipient stage, and it doesn't spread to, say, larger area of vegetation or neighboring structures.